Alright, you got this. Just be mature, no MANGOG jokes. Who am I kidding? If you like gogging it, be sure to press the subscribe button because we just hit 18,000. I really appreciate it. And now the road to 19,000 begins, and we're going to kick it off with the man of the hour, the GOG of the hour, the MANGOG, who is my newest rank 4, and he's also SIG 200, so we pretty much have the best MANGOG in the game. No one gogs it better than me, brother, I'll tell you what. So yeah, I am obviously very excited to post this video because I just really love this champion, and I cannot wait to showcase what he does at rank 4. And the answer to what he does at rank 4 is honestly quite a few things. He is surprisingly very versatile, and he is just incredible in those matchups where there are so many buffs to take advantage of. And we have one example right here, this Maestro fight. Here I go for the heavy attack charge, over 100,000 damage, and this was a sub 50-second takedown of a rank 4 Maestro. Really good stuff, of course. Back in the day when I ran this guy as a rank 3, he was like my go-to rank 3 Maestro counter, and it's good to know that he still absolutely clobbers Maestro. Now we have Deathless Thanos, which is a fight that I always do not like, but you wanna know what I do appreciate about this fight? I don't feel tiny fighting Thanos, because usually you use Kushala, any relatively small character, and you just feel like you're underpowered. But MANGOG, look at this dude. He is pound for pound just keeping pace with Thanos' size, and it's just amazing. And it's also one of the reasons I love this character, of course, because if you don't know me, first of all, it is very nice to meet you for the first time, and second of all, I really love my XL characters. And by the way, while I was talking, he just absolutely bursted down this Thanos, and this matchup is just about over. But like I was saying, I love my XL characters more than anything else in this game. It's why Moleman and Giganto Jr. are my favorite. It's why I always have a squadron of XL characters at the ready. And yeah, this matchup went by pretty quick. Could have shaved off a few seconds at the end for sure, but it was still a 1 minute and 8 second takedown, so I'll most definitely take that. Now we have this Onslaught matchup, and it's another Jumbo versus Jumbo. I'm sorry, I can't avoid it. Look, it's just meant to be, right? I think MANGOG is underrated when it comes to how adorable he is, and yeah, it's just a thing of beauty, really. I just really love how this character is built. And I also love how cool the character is lore-wise, because if you don't know the lore of this character, he is the combined hatred of like a billion beings. So yeah, I'll tell you what, if you give this guy access to like social media, he can do devious things, I'm guessing, because he is just literally hatred. He is the embodiment of hatred, and it's crazy stuff, and it makes for a very fun kit as well, because you build up rage, then you drop the SP2 that is very rage filled, then you charge up your heavy attack, you get angrier as you charge it, and then you just drop the SP2 again, more rage, and then it's like a therapy session, because you let out so much rage in that matchup, and now you just feel better. Now you just want to go have a great day. But in this case, we're going to be looking at more MANGOG gameplay, so it is a great thing though. Like that is a great day in my opinion. Watching a MANGOG video, my favorite pastime, to be honest. Now we have this Cosmic Ghost Rider, and this is where stuff gets a bit crazy. You saw like the damage output, the regular schmegular damage output, no synergies, nothing like that, and no buffs especially. So this is when things get a bit crazy. I think he's at his best when there are a lot of buffs to take advantage of, and you would think like, oh, it's because he can get to the SP2 faster, get that heavy attack charge faster. No, it's just like a constant spam of special attacks. SP2, 3, special attack 4, if it was available, he'd get that in a second, because yeah, with Mystic Dispersion, this character just goes absolutely haywire, and additionally, his kit has a ton of stun, so for the most part, the opponent is usually just like always locked down, and they really cannot do anything about it. And yeah, for example, look at this damage. 32,000 mediums go for a relic into the SP1, and this matchup is over after I drop the SP2 again, and there we go. It is really, really insane stuff once he has access to those buffs that he can just devour and really take advantage of. Now we have the Silver Surfer. I'm pretty sure the Silver Surfer has a node where he gains armor every so often, and also he reduces debuff duration per buff on him. So as long as we keep those buffs in control, we should be fine. And I think I do mess up here a little bit, but it's really funny how tanky this champion is, because he has this ability where, like, whenever he is enraged and like has his what's it called? I think the mode is called literally just enraged. So once he's enraged, he takes 50% less damage, and I don't think I show one in this fight, but when I was recording gameplay for MANGOG, I ate an SP3 from an Act 9.3 fight, by the way, and I lost, I am not kidding, I lost 5% health. So the damage reduction is very, very insane. Here I just stand there and he tries to hit me, but he can't do that. It actually fuels me because he gets a fury buff whenever he is struck while unstoppable, and he is always unstoppable when he is enraged. And for that reason, it made the fight go by a whole lot faster, and he just absolutely crushed that Silver Surfer fight. But the coolest part is, if he were to drop that SP3, what would happen is I would probably take 5% damage, still get that fury buff, and then close out the fight like 10 seconds after. So that's the best part about this character. He really is safe to play. There is almost no risk with this champion, because if you do get hit, it just fuels his damage, so he can just get out of the fight faster. And additionally, he takes 50% less damage, so you can take as many hits as you want, he will be a-okay. And for that reason, I think that he is an elite quester. He is definitely one of the better questers in the Mystic class, and the coolest part is, his interactions with the recoil masteries are genuinely perfect, I would say, because he takes 50% less recoil damage whenever he is enraged. And it's not because of the protection, it is literally a line written that he takes 50% less damage from the recoil mastery, and that is of course absolutely insane. I think there are like no other characters that can reduce the damage of the recoil mastery, so having that in his kit is so helpful, because his damage is increased a pretty good amount whenever he has the recoil masteries. And I'm not showing that in this video because I'm going to save it for the ultimate showcase. This is just like a preview of rank 4 MANGOG, and so far he is definitely showing out in this little introduction. So now we have this Ironheart here, and yeah, the node is the Scourge node. Whenever the opponent is struck, they have a chance to gain a regeneration buff, and MANGOG loves that. He wants them to gain those buffs because on the SP3 he nullifies like all of them, and then on top of that, he can just continuously spam special attacks because of Mystic Dispersion. So when there are buffs to be eaten and buffs to be nullified, he is just so good, and he is such a cheese monster. He is genuinely one of the most cheesy characters in this game because of Mystic Dispersion and like all of his stuns. He has so many stuns, right? On the SP2, on the SP3, there's just so many stuns, and with relics as well, that also gets supercharged because relics is another form of stun. So you pretty much have the opponent under complete control with MANGOG as long as he has those staggers at the ready, and whenever he is enraged, he has, I believe, a very high chance to stagger the opponent with any hit, with any basic attack hit. So yeah, it is genuinely just like a really crazy stuff, and it's so fun as well. I love having complete control of the fight, and MANGOG in the right scenario does have just complete control of the matchup, and I think it's shown best here against this Gore. So Gore has a ton of buffs, obviously. He has buffs out the wazoo. He can be hit, and that's one buff. Like, it is crazy stuff just how frequently he does gain those buffs. But MANGOG loves that, bro. He he is absolutely fiending for that. That's like Mangog's favorite fight. So here I dropped the SP2, and once the SP2 is dropped, that's really it, man. Like that's just it. The fight is done, and he just cannot do anything after this. It was pretty noticeable in the other fights, but in this fight, it is just crazy. It is just absolutely absurd. And yeah, this matchup is just, it's just a joke. It's really fun. It's a really, really fun time, and that's what Mangog is as a whole. He's just a really fun character. Is he the best champion out there? Like, definitely not, right? Because he really does want the buffs, and besides that, he still has pretty decent damage, but like, he's just really fun to play, and sometimes that's all you need in this game to enjoy it. And Mangog, he makes the game enjoyable, especially because of his name. That is just, it's just perfect, right? Mangog, that's just 10 out of 10. You cannot make a better name, really. But yeah, I love this character. I really do. He's one of my all-time favorites. He's been a mascot of the channel for a while, especially on my streams. So yeah, he is just a champion that will always have a special place in my heart, and I hope that he will eventually have a special place in your heart as well. So let me know your thoughts on Mangog, and yeah, that's about it for me.